All right. Hey y'all. Welcome back to What's Jen Gotta Say. Sorry I've neglected the channel, but I had some little issues. Um in my last video I talked about all the programs, the state had me in as far as like a juvenile in DCF custody. And I'm gonna talk about when I met my real father. I never knew my real father growing up, but there's reasons for that. My father was a Nicaraguan alcoholic. My mom had me at 17, and he used to like beat the shit out of her, even when she was pregnant with me. And she told me like, all she could do was just cover her stomach and try to protect me in her womb. He did some really abusive shit to her. And I don't remember if I was 3 days old or 3 months old, but I guess I was crying and the motherfucker like slapped me in the face. And that was the day that my mom fought back and she fucking gave him a broken nose. So when I was in the last program in Pembroke Pines, I don't really know how they went about it. I just wanted to know what he looked like. I didn't really care to have a relationship with him or whatever. And so I met him and it was just like, it was so weird. Like, and then I remember like, I had a phone call with him. And I speak Spanish or whatever. And I guess I was saying something in like a slang way. And he, excuse me for that. He tried to correct me. Like, if you speak Spanish, you'll understand. I kept saying tú. And he was like, dime usted. I guess it's more respectful. But what he didn't understand is, you ain't got no respect for me. Like, I just wanted to see what you look like. You could have sent a picture to the program. So, whatever. That was the end of that. I met him one time. And it was like super fucking weird. A little after that, my mom meets up with him after many years. And I'm not going to get into details, but I'm going to just tell you that they found her in a field in Miami. And she was robbed. He took her Cuban link, her bracelet, Santa Barbara necklace, her purse. And when I found that shit out, like, I called him. At this point, I was out the program. And I told him he was fucking dead to me. And that I would meet him in hell. I was 15 at the time. Obviously I don't want to go to hell. But it's like, you already did all that to her? You already threatened to kidnap me to go to Nicaragua? And you still set her up to rob her? So that was the last time I ever talked to him. The only reason why I wanted to know who he was because, everyone in my family would tell me, oh, you look just like him. You act just like him. And I'm just like, well, I need to meet this person. But the thing about it is, even though I had a great stepdad, I got like rejection from his parents. When they came from Cuba, I remember I was so little and I ran up, gave him a hug, and they pushed me off. And then my sister, which was his blood, gives them a hug and they embrace her. And another thing is, like, my first heartbreak was when I was either 4 or 5, and him and my mom sit me down and tell me, hey, he's not your real father, but he's willing to adopt you and change your last name. And I just kept saying, that's my dad, that's my dad, that's my dad. And then when I finally registered what they were telling me, like, from that moment, like, I alienated myself. I always felt different from my sister. Like, she would go cuddle with her dad and watch TV. And I knew if I went over there, he wouldn't have, rejected me. But I didn't feel like I belonged for the longest. So, I mean, I'm only telling this story because it's the next step of my timeline. But that shit ain't easy, man. Like, I wish they would have waited until I was older. I wish they would have never even told me he wasn't my real father. But he did love me. He really did love me. And any of the stepfathers out there who is doing your thing, I respect you. But I really feel like there's an age limit, you can't tell a little 4 or 5-year-old that's not your dad. Like, you just confuse the fuck out of me. But that's just my next video. Y'all like, subscribe, because it's gonna get deeper than this. I'm just trying to find a way to talk about it, because I don't want to remember, like, I'm way past it now. But I'm doing this for anyone who has been the stepdaughter, stepson, or you know what I'm saying, because it happens a lot where the stepchild gets treated different. But this is just my next video. Thank you for watching.